The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN. The Money Masters. Now, the Money Masters.
Good day, Money Masters and Treasure Hunters. Welcome to the October 2nd, wonderful Wednesday edition of the Money Masters Show. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and I am grateful for your presence here today. My outcome, as always, is to help you to become a better Money Master and to provide you with the tools that empower human potential. Think about it, folks. Living up to our potential, that's something we must master each and every day. So let's begin with a few empowering beliefs. Now, I just thought as a result of, for a number of reasons, I wanted to talk about leadership today. You can make whatever assumptions you want, but, most importantly, the importance of leadership is that you and I must lead ourselves each day. In this business here, most of us are one-man, one-woman armies when it comes to trading and investing, when it comes to putting our dollars to work. And what you've got to do is you've got to be a leader of yourself to be able to take whatever trades that's set up and take the responsibility that goes with it. But there's other reasons to talk about leadership, and over the course of my life, I always like to write down good quotes, things that I can come back and take a look at, sometimes things to just simply help me to attain my human potential and empower me. So I read this quote earlier, and I want to go ahead and read it here again. And these are all little quotes that I've written about leadership. One goes like this: a good objective of leadership is to help those who are doing poorly to do well, and to help those who are doing well to do even better. Think about it, folks. If that's how our leaders actually lived, how good of a place would this be? Leaders, whether in a family, in a business, in government, or in education, must not allow themselves to mistake intentions for accomplishments. Learn to help people with more than just their jobs. Help them with their lives. That's what we do here each morning at TFNN. Sometimes those who need it the most are inclined the least. Think about that, folks. In leadership, we teach, don't send your ducks to Eagle School because it won't help. Ducks finish Eagle School. They see the first rabbit, and then they go ahead and they make a friend with that rabbit. Folks, a duck is always a duck. In fact, I remember at one time, let me see if I've got that, if I can find that here. I can't find it, but the quote, and so I don't want to misquote it because I could botch it up. I guess it goes something more like this. Like, I'm just going to do it. It says something like this. I remember reading a quote that said, and it's really how I felt, especially in running businesses and so forth. I always hated liars. Always hated liars out there. I don't know how you feel about liars. But then I realized, once a liar, really always a liar out there. So that's kind of like sending your ducks to Eagle School and expecting that they're going to change out there. Leaders must understand that some people will inevitably sell out to the evil side. Don't waste your time wondering why. Spend your time discovering who it is out there. Lastly, let me leave you with this thought process here when it comes to leadership quality. And it goes like this, because people often ask me, what is it that makes a great leader? And it's really simple. It's hunger and drive. And that's why part of the philosophy that the lion is the king of the jungle, or the leader of the jungle, is because the lion is hungry. And the question that you and we've got to ask ourselves each day is just how hungry are you? What's your hunger for success? What is it that you're capable of? And I know what it is. It's called great things. You are capable of great things, and you are a great leader. Let's go check out the leadership in the markets here right now. Dow is off 135 points. That is trading out at 15,057. S&P is down 14 at 1680. The bears, they're exerting their control out here in the marketplace. The composite is down 28 points right now, trading at 37.89. Russell 2000 down 9.5 points, trading at 10.77. NASDAQ 100 off 22 points, trading out at 32.30. New York Stock Exchange down about 0.8%. Everybody down somewhere between the low sevens to the upper eights. 0.8%, I should say. New York Stock Exchange is off 74 points. Net decline in issues 1645. All that's needed for the bears to take back the control of the ball today would be net declining issues of 677. We got a little tug of war going on. Goldilocks up $27 right now. That's trading out at 13.13. That's a little flyer. You've got silver up 52 cents. That's trading at 21.70. Light sweet crude up 32 pennies at 102.36. Our call-in number is 877-927-6648. Give me a call, folks. We can take a look at your stock chart. So let's go see what is going on inside the marketplace. Right now, if you're watching us on Tiger TV, you can see my S&P futures, the EKG of the marketplace. We're taking a look at the S&P futures here. What we are seeing is that we're seeing price move down into a descending price channel that price broke out of. Now, it's a 30-minute chart, so this 30-minute session here, this doesn't end until 10:30. It's only 10:12 right now. You can see prices pushing down on it, trying to get inside that rising price channel, the descending price channel out here that it broke out of yesterday as we were in the 10:30 a.m. session. So it's 10:12 right now. We'll see if it can push down into it at the 10:30 a.m. Session here, or whether this is going to act as a support area. Here's where the real tug of war is moving. We're watching price move down. It's a beautiful thing. We're watching price move down on less relative strength in the marketplace. This is actually setting up for a little catapult, setting up for a nice little push lower. Whether it pushes a little bit lower than this. Now, no reversal signal here just yet, but it's actually doing a beautiful pattern and really just following along that. And it's doing what it's supposed to do, folks. That's the key here. You know, you want to be able to take a look at different tools and trends out there. When you take a look at these price channels, take a look. And this is the beauty, because this goes back to the top that so far we have seen inside the marketplace. So this goes back to our high on the day after Uncle Ben Bernanke, so September 19th, when the S&P, the E-mini, made a nice price high out there. We put in this price channel. It was in yesterday's newsletter. I'm sure I covered it at some point in time during one of the shows out here. Busted up above it, went to the first level that it was supposed to. And what I mean by that is you just simply go from the high of that swing point that came in on Thursday. That was somewhere right around the 17.26.75 level, about 6 a.m. or so on Thursday. And if you go all the way down to the low that was put in here on the trading session at 10 o'clock in the morning on September 30th, that was on Friday, go from that low, or go from the high to the low, the .382 retracement level, 1689. And take a look at where price actually stopped yesterday. It stopped. It got up to 1689.50. I mean, we can cut a little bit of slack. It actually closed at 1689 and a quarter. So really, again, 1689.75 was the actual .618 retracement number out there. So it stops there, gives you a nice little. It was also moving where towards that overbought territory. Gave you a nice little bearish engulfing candle right here coming into 1 o'clock. Went ahead, moved back down to the 1683 level. That was an important support area. I'd mentioned that even during the show, and then it bounced off of that, moving a bit higher, getting above that .382, and it's really set up this little rising price channel as well out here. It's the longer-term one that we want to be paying attention of. Now, when you break through a channel line, a trend line, oftentimes price is going to come back and test it. And that's exactly what took place in the overnight session. Price has come back and it's tested it. It is now testing it again. Look, if it gets back inside, what that says is that price will then move all the way back down to the bottom of that descending price channel. So right now, the question is this a real breakout or not? We won't know till we watch the 30-minute candles out here, but what we do know is that price is doing what it's supposed to do, and it's going to test this area, and it's going to determine whether or not it wants to get back in. What I can tell you is price is moving lower on less relative strength, and that's got to make you say, something to think about. Now, let's go take a look at something that is moving to the upside, and that is Goldilocks. You've got gold up $28 right now. Let's go see what it is doing. It broke a B point on light volume yesterday. That B point was the swing from September 18th. That low was 1291.50. Yesterday's close right down here at a price point of 1287.60. Of course, what we also saw was we saw gold get down and test and move down to the .618 retracement level. 1276.70 was the number. What it actually got down to was 1276.90. 20 cents. Are you kidding me? That is a beautiful thing. So now we're seeing a bounce. Now, in the case of gold, it's not in an oversold condition. If, in fact, today you were to see a close above the price level of 1337.80, we might actually see a reversal inside this marketplace. You know, the bulls were really defending this territory back here, this little bullish engulfing morning star candle out at the 1291.50 level. But today, you overtake yesterday's high, and that sets a whole different tone. At least it sets a whole different tone in my book. If it doesn't get above that, well, then what we're just seeing here is another bounce. We want to go take a look at the shorter-term time frame. So what the heck? Why don't we do that? I must have a shorter-term time frame chart out here. Let's go take a look at a 30-minute chart. There we go. So let's go take a look at a 30-minute chart. You know, we took a look at this yesterday. We were looking at a 10-minute and a 30-minute. We saw that big seller coming in on the 30-minute chart. You can see price is really right at that level. Now, selling really began inside gold. Let's put it on a 10-minute chart. Let me just switch it over to a 10-minute chart here. Give me a moment to do that. Let's go ahead, because this more clearly shows where the real selling began inside here. And you're going to go back on what I'm doing, folks. I'm actually looking at the bottom of the screen here. I'm looking at the bottom of the screen to see when the actual first volume spike came in. And you can see that it was right here at the trading session at 8:10 a.m. So from 8 a.m. to 8:10 was when we saw that big selling come in. That price level is at 1324.90. So 1324.90. Let me just write that on a pad of paper here. 1324.90. Now, let's go from the most recent swing point high to swing point low. And I'm going to come right out here, this little doji candle at 250. It's a 10-minute chart we're looking at. That's at a price level of 1337.80. So let's go from that high all the way down to the low that was put in at 1250 in the afternoon yesterday. That was at a price level of 1282.40 out here. And what we can see, 1316.60 is the 0.618 retracement. And so far what we've seen on this burst up here is 1316.90. That's 30 cents, folks. So it has made that move, move out here. Now it's coming in here with a wide-ranging bar in volume. So what does that say? Well, number one, at the 1316.60, for those folks that trade on an intraday chart, on a 10-minute chart, and if you would want to know, you would absolutely want to know where is it that 0.618 level is. Why? Because, you know, that's a natural area for folks to go ahead and take some profits off of the table. What was the first area to take some profits as you're watching us here on Tiger TV or Inside the Den as you take a look at this chart? What was the first area? Let me go ahead and I'll make these a little bit darker. I think I can do that. Well, not by doing that, but if I do this, there we go. Now you can maybe more clearly see it. And the first area to take profits was at 1303.60. And what happened at 1303.60? Well, that was at about 8:20 this morning. You started to see volume come back into this equity to the upside, not into gold to the upside. That's when you first started seeing some bulls move in here. Volume, contract-wise, 5,800 contracts. The very next 10-minute session, as it hit that 1303 area, was picking up some steam. Did another 7,200 contracts out there. Take a look at volume backing off. Why was volume backing off there? Is that the first area where folks would go ahead and take profits and that's why things would back off? Well, I say it absolutely is. So, what should gold do from here? It's at that 1316 level. It's a 10-minute chart. It ought to just kind of move sideways for folks to go ahead and take some profits off the table. But you got a wide-ranging bar coming in that area with volume. Says that gold should try to make it up to 1326. That's your 0.786 retracement. And that's where the sellers first started selling yesterday.
Andy Hecht, the host of the Commodities Hour, recently launched his newsletter service, the Technomental Commodity Report, and only 6 weeks in, Andy has already recorded a triple-digit winner. Andy advised his subscribers to purchase a long-term call option at 46 cents on July 11th, and then sent out a special update Friday, August 16th, advising his subscribers to close that position at $1.40. That's a 204% profit in just 5 weeks. The Technomental Commodity Report by Andy Hecht is released each Thursday morning, and right now you can get a month-long free trial to this subscription while locking in the low introductory rate of only $39 a month. Andy Hecht has been a commodities trader for over 3 decades. Let his experience work for you. Sign up for your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report today at TFNN.com.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Wouldn't it be great if you could get a red light, green light indicator that gives you signals on 25 different futures contracts? Now you can with Taz Signal Box. This red light, green light market profile system dynamically updates 24 hours a day and provides you with important trend and trade signals on 9 different commodities, 9 different indices, and 8 different currencies. Right now, you can receive a 2-week free trial to Taz Signal Box. For all the details and to find out how the Signal Box works, visit the front page of TFNN.com. McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces. And over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a 3-fold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow's off 125 right now. S&P is down 13, and we're having some fun. At least I'm having some fun. We're going and we're taking a look at the intraday charts here. We took a look at gold in the last session. We're going to take a look at high-ho silver in this session out here. Now, silver, what we've done is, this is a 10-minute chart that we are taking a look at. Silver is a little bit stronger than gold on this bounce here. Right now, silver's up 52 cents, trading at 21.70. It's up 2.5% out here. And on the daily chart, silver had made just a little bit more than the 0.618 retracement. So I won't cover that on the daily chart. Let's just take a look at the intraday chart. We can see where the selling really began inside silver, and that was right here at the trading session of about 8 o'clock in the morning. That price level was 21.64. 21.64. You're at 21.72. So the question is that seller still around or not out here? What we can see here is if we go from the same, in essence, swing point area that we took a look at on that intraday chart from gold, we go from the high out here, which, by the way, took place at 3 o'clock in the morning, on October the 1st. And as it was doing that, if you're paying attention to the one indicator, this relative strength 14 bar, okay, because it's not a daily, because we're looking at a 14 period or 14 bars in this case. So you can see that what was price? Price was in the extremely overbought area out here as silver. But again, this is just nothing more than reading the inflection points, the breathing system. This is like an EKG of understanding. No, markets don't go up and they go up and down. That's it. They got to breathe like you and I. Otherwise, you'd just be holding your breath the whole entire time out there, and that's not what you want to do. It's not what you want to do when you're trading is hold your breath. You want to make sure you trade whatever patterns. And so as we take a look at, gold was in an overbought condition, went ahead and moved lower. Now, in order to work off an overbought condition, you're either going to pull back or move sideways or the combination of both. Last time that silver, did I say gold? I apologize. Last time that silver had moved into an overbought condition was back up here at 11 o'clock in the morning on September 30th. What did it do? It worked off that condition, didn't it? Worked off that condition by pulling back and moving sideways. What did it do right here at 3 o'clock in the morning yesterday on October the 1st? Well, it started pulling back and then boom, and it got into an extremely over. In fact, on the show yesterday, we were taking a look at that move down. We took a look at a short-term chart, and what we said was, okay, it's got to work this condition off by moving sideways or retracing up a bit. And in fact, that's what it did. And then we saw one last thrust down at 11 o'clock in the morning yesterday. It actually set up a little morning star reversal pattern out here at that session, and was also making that move lower with less relative strength. You had a nice little divergent pattern out there. That is a beauty. Now what we've seen here, take a look at silver. It's moving into the extremely overbought territory. So at some point in time here, I'd say in the next half hour, we're going to see silver start to either move sideways or pull back a bit in order to work off that condition out there. Again, it's a 10-minute chart that we're looking at. So you want to take a look at the 10 and 30-minute charts, the daily charts out here. Silver looks like it's going to make a 100% move of a move and get all the way back to the area where it began to where it made its last swing point high out at the 21.97 level. Now, if we take a look at the A to B equals CD pattern that is out here in silver, we can see, well, I got to grab the right tool out there in order to do that. If we take a look at the A to B equals CD up pattern that was formed out here, you can see that you are above the 1-to-1. You're moving into that 1 to 1.272 area, 21.83. You're doing it with wide-ranging bars. It says that silver does want higher price. Now, maybe it moves sideways for a bit to work off that condition, but it does say that it wants higher price out there, and that is on high-O silver, and that is on the intraday charts. And it's important to take a look at that relative strength, price moving down, and the market saying, hey, not so fast out there. That is a beauty. And that just simply goes back to what we were looking at before when we were taking a look at the ES Mini out here pushing down into this trend, this channel line that it broke, because you can see here pushing down on price but with less relative strength out there. So, will the ES Mini do as silver did, do as gold did as it pushed down lower? Only time will tell. As far as time will tell, let's go take a look at the currency market. Let's go see what we've got going on inside the currency world. We must be paying attention to that. Let's take a look at the euro. Yesterday we did a thorough analysis of the euro. We took a look at the monthly, the weekly, the daily chart for the euro. If you didn't catch that, go catch the archive. I believe I did it on the 10 o'clock show, so you can catch the archive there. If we take a look at and what that showed us was that the euro wanted higher price. And that's what we're seeing here right now, where it wants to head back to is at least the swing point high from February 1st. And that high out there is 1.37098. So 1.37098, that's where the euro wants to head to. We can start to see it get into a overbought condition. It can still make that run up to that level and just get to a little bit more slightly overbought area. If it can get above that, what the euro wants to do is complete an A to B equals CD up, and that would be at the $1.38 level. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target and stop price of each stock in option trade. With market insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow down 137 right now, trade out at 15,053. S&P's down 13. We'll go take a look at the indexes and the ETF structure. Let's finish off by taking a look at the currency market out here. I lead the charts the upside as we speak right now. You got Priceline jumping into the fray. That's up a nice $17 right now. That is the rocket ship. That's the stock that looks way better than Apple ever did out there when you take a look at how it came off of the lows and how it's maintained its price point. It's trading out at 1,055 buckaroonies, folks, so it's up at its highs. You've got Burlington Stores. They are IPO today, I believe. They're trading out at 23.75. Global Payment Solutions, or Global Payments Inc., GPN is a ticker symbol. They're up a nice 10% here, trading out at 55.78. Looks like they are trying to break out of a range. Long-term range. You've got Remax Holdings. I don't know, maybe that is also an IPO. RMAX is the ticker symbol. That's also an IPO. That's trading out at $26.58. Zillow, Z, the ticker symbol, up 4% this morning. Netflix is up 332. You've got Trulia, TRLA, so the real estate. Some of the real estate stocks here are trading up. That's up about 6%, trading up 276. Google is the leader to the downside, off $7. Yeah, it's about 0.75%. Team Inc., TISI, down about 12.5%. MasterCard, down $5, down about 0.75%. VF Corp, VFC, down 2%, off $4. Precision Cast Parts, that's down about $4. That's trading out at $2.28. Our call-in number is 877-927-6648. Let's take a look at the Great British Pound U.S. dollar. This is going to go ahead and make that it's going to at least make the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. Let me put the relative strength out on his chart here. Let me get rid of that. Volume is not really volume out there. That's just volume within. Anyways, the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD on the Great British Pound U.S. dollar, $1.63. That's where she is headed to at least. That's going to take you back and make a 100% move, taking all the way back to January of 2013 out there. But the way that this is trading looks more like this wants to get up to probably about $1.65. But one thing at a time. But this was a very strong move off of the A leg out here inside of the Great British Pound U.S. dollar. Of course, all that was set up by that nice little hammer candle that acted as support, which was from March the 12th out there. That was a hammer candle that was tested and held, and then it's been off to the races in the Great British Pound U.S. dollar. So $1.63 is its next stop out there. So we took a look at the euro. I think I can take a look at the Japanese yen. I think I've got that now fixed. I had some data feed issues, and it made it impossible to take a look at the U.S. dollar Japanese yen. So let's go take a look at that out here. Let's go update this chart, the chart patterns that we've got. So we take a look at retracements now from the swing point low to swing point high. Let's go see what it is doing. That swing point low we're talking about was this little Gartley buy pattern that was off of the August 8th low. That is at $95.79. The swing point high we're looking at is September the 11th. 9/11, you can see price now has careened through the 0.618 retracement level. That says that the next area of support with inside the U.S. dollar Japanese yen is going to be about $96.82 out there. So that is where it is headed to. And if it can cut through that area, it'll go ahead and make a complete move of a move, get back to the 95.79 level. That is the U.S. dollar Japanese yen. Let's go take a look at the actual indexes. Let's go see what we've got going on out here. Let's take a look at candle patterns. Let's take a look at a little bit of everything. Yesterday, we went ahead and took a look at the monthly chart. So if you didn't catch that, go take a look at the archive of that show. We're going to start off, we've got the VIX index here that we'll start off with. Then we'll go take a look at the S&P 500. We can see the VIX still above the 50-day exponential moving average. That is more bearish than bullish. Anytime you see the VIX get above the 50-day, that's when you see the real damage inside a marketplace being done out here. It's trading out at 1663. 1472 is your 50-day exponential moving average. If I take a look at the New York Stock Exchange, let's go take a look at that. And so far, the New York Stock Exchange has only made just slightly more than a 0.382 retracement. So even with this morning's move lower inside the markets, and I take a look at the New York Stock Exchange, it's got net declining issues, most certainly, 1,421. So decliners leading, outpacing advancing issues 3-1, just the opposite of what we had yesterday inside the marketplace. But as we take a look at price here, really not too bad. Not too bad whatsoever. You know, if it takes out the lows from Friday, different story, that low being 95.87 out there. But right now, just kind of hanging out around this 0.382 retracement level. And the New York Stock Exchange, the wider breadth of the market, is saying not so fast still. I know it's hard to believe, folks, but that's really what the message of the markets is as we take a look at them right now. You wouldn't know that if you only took a look at the top line number, if you took a look at the Dow. You wouldn't know that if you weren't taking a look at the EKG, at the intraday charts to try to get a feel for what is that heartbeat and what does this move lower in price mean? You know, is there got follow through? Is there conviction behind it? You know, just as we took a look at gold and silver, it doesn't really matter what chart it is that you're looking at. If you utilize these sets of tools, what they will do is they will help you. Is it going to be right 100% of the time? Absolutely not. There's nothing that is. But they are a fantastic, they're an incredible, they're an extraordinary, they are a great set of tools in order to help guide you as to what the markets are doing and what you should be looking at with regard to your trades. And the cool thing is that these tools work on all time frames. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to be, during the show here just to have some action Jackson. We like to be able to take a look at some of the shorter-term charts out there in order to be able to show you how these tools work, because they take a little bit longer to work on the daily side. Now, yesterday the bulls took back control of the market, moved the price oscillator above zero, but the volume oscillator didn't get up there. That's what we're going to need in order to really have conviction that the bulls are taking control of the markets, and that we're going to go back and test those highs from September 18th, or more likely take them out with an A to B equals CD up. Well, let's go take a look here at the S&P 500. Let's go see what the S&P 500 is doing. Looks like it's just simply trying to, and again, backing off, moving into the lows from Friday. No, today's Wednesday. From Monday out here, that low being 1674. What we can see here is the S&P 500's got some really great support. If it decides to move lower, look for that support to be right around that 1667-ish type level, which will catch the bottom of that rising price channel that it has been traveling in all the way back from, well, there's really two price channels, but this one is the little bit shorter-term rising price channel that takes you back into the time frame of November the 16th out there. So it should find support. If it breaks through that area, then you'll see price truly cascade and move its way all the way down, probably to the bottom of the larger-term rising price channel. This is the one that takes you all the way back to 2009, folks. So that's the red diagonal lines that you see going across the screen out there. But right now, not too bad out here. Now, that's not necessarily the case with regard to the Dow. So as we take a look at the weak link out here, Dow Jones Industrials, you can see that this has moved below the 0.618 retracement level of its last move from low to high. That was coming off of the August 28th area. So that sets up a possible move inside the Dow, is signaling that, it might want to go visit the 14,963 level. That's if it closes below 15,122 today, or we'll say if it closes below the low of Monday more so, which would be 15,086.71 out there. You'd have a nice little buy signal. You'd have to see a real big reversal today. That would be a close above 15,249.82. So we do want to be paying attention to the weak links, or the weak link, which at this stage is the Dow. Speaking of non-weak links, not that I was speaking about it, but we're going to, and that would be the Russell 2000. If we take a look at the Russell 2000, making all-time highs again yesterday, no real resistance or no real support on this is down here truly at the August 5th high, and that's at 1063. It's trading at 1080 as we speak here right now. Candle session today, well, that would be a dark cloud cover if we were to end like this. And again, that's nothing more than a weather forecaster suggesting that there are clouds out in the distance. But we'll take a look at the A to B equals CD patterns inside the ETF structure. But so far, so good inside of the Russell 2000. Broke above this little shooting star candle from September 25th out there. That high is 1082. You're at 1080.06 out there, but that level was broken with some conviction yesterday. You'll see as we go take a look at the Russell 2000. Also, the conviction inside the marketplace, well, that is the NASDAQ Composite. NASDAQ Composite just really not backing off whatsoever. If you take a look at today's trading here, folks, just simply an inside day. So nothing wrong with the NASDAQ Composite. It, too, wants higher price. If we take a look at the NDX 100, I don't recall if we looked at that yesterday, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at it today for sure. And the NDX 100, similar to the composite that we're looking at. So today's session, not really that big of a deal out here. It wants to complete at least a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD up. 33.78. It's at 32.39 out there. So the NDX has got some energy in it, and maybe it's just the fiscal cliff stuff or whatever it is that's going to get things going in the marketplace. Maybe it's the currency area, but the weakness is only really inside the Dow. It's not in the New York Stock Exchange. It is not inside the Russell 2000. It's not inside the NDX 100. It's not inside the composite out there. Somewhere around here, I got the Wilshire 5000. Let me see if it's included in this tab here of daily indexes. Let's go see if I can find the Wilshire 5000. Let's go see what an even larger breadth of the marketplace might look like. If not, then I got to remember the ticker symbol. Let's see, tau vertical. It's WP something. I know that. It's not out there. and I'm not going to try to go search for it right now. Let's just switch over into the ETFs. Let's go see what we've got inside the ETFs. Let's start off by taking a look at the weak hands out here. Let's take a look at the Dow Diamonds. Now, the Diamonds here have gone ahead and have busted through the 0.618 level. They've also broken that little rising price channel. If we take a look at trend lines, though, the trend line I'm going to use is coming off the low of November 16th all the way up to this session right here. Looks like the lows of August 28th out there. Is that? Yeah, that's about it. So we can see price now has moved into the low of that trend line. So I would say double trouble, toil and bubble, something like that Macbeth might say. I think that was from Macbeth. And if it in fact breaks that trend line. Otherwise, look for that to be support. If that level fails, 149.44 would be the next area. So far today, volume-wise, we've been trading for an hour and 15 minutes. You've got 3 million shares to the downside. That's running into about 9 million shares and, about 9 million shares and 7 million. Is that 7? No, it's 4. So it's running into 9 million shares right now. That looks like the test of that 9 million share bar would be 149.97. And so far, the intraday low out here is 150.15. We'll see if that trend line is going to hold inside the weak hands. Let's go take a look at the next ETF. We'll make that the Qs out here. So inside the Qs, no real different look than the NDX 100. As far as trying to find areas of real resistance or support, it's really just going to be that red line coming across the screen. That's going to be that little bear sash, a couple of them that it really set up, Evening Star. That's from the highs of August the 5th at 77.08. Right now it's trading at 79.35. This has a confirmed A to B equals CD. In fact, this confirmed its A to B equals CD. I may have mentioned this to you yesterday, but the confirmation of this A to B equals CD, that took place on September 9th, Steve-O's birthday. It did not take place on, the Qs, just to show you how strong they are, they didn't need Uncle Ben to help them along. That was just a little bit of a bonus out there as it moved higher with 31 million shares. So the Qs have a confirmed A to B equals CD up. That'll take price into the 82.80. That would be the first stop, but more likely you're looking at about $85, somewhere around 84.93 when the air decides to move out of the tires and move northward. So that is inside the Qs. We take a look. Let's go take a look at the IWM, the Russell 2000, and we'll take a look at A to B equals CDs on this. It too had a confirmed A to B equals CD up, and that came also on September the 17th. So this was not even Uncle Ben Day out here. The B point being August 5th, which had 14.9 million. It had a confirmed A to B equals CD with 28 million shares, folks, on September 17th. So this is besides Uncle Ben Day out there, which was the next trading session inside the IWM, which had 46 million shares to the upside. And yesterday moved higher with 40 million shares. Are you kidding me? Folks, there is just no way the market is going to. The Dow 30, they can be as doggy as you want, but we're taking a look at the Qs, the Russell 2000. Even the SPY is not too bad out there. So the IWM, it wants to make a run. Well, 112, 111, 93 is your 1-to-1, but I suspect it really wants to move higher out there into about the 115 level. Speaking of the SPYs, let's go take a look at the SPY. Let's go see what it is doing out here. If it's looking maybe towards support. Now, what the SPY did here 2 trading sessions ago, came down, tested the rising trend line, tested the 0.618 retracement level. That's the retracement level coming off of August 28th. 163.05, all the way up to the high that was put in on September 19th. So it's done its work to the downside. Yesterday's move was higher with 127 million shares. So far today, the back off with an hour has been 34 million shares. So it's got decent volume today. We'll see if it's going to finish to the downside or if it decides to go ahead and take off topside out here. But you've got some pretty darn good support inside of the SPYs. Right now, we've got the Dow. It's trading down 128. S&P's off 12.5. We'll be right back, folks.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter,
Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
Have you subscribed to the Gold Report yet? On Wednesday, August 14th and Thursday, August 15th, Tom O'Brien advised his Gold Report subscribers to close out 6 of their 9 open positions, all winning trades ranging from a 10.69% profit to an incredible 48% profit in just one equity. With the 600th weekly Gold Report issue fast approaching, Tom O'Brien brings an incredible wealth of knowledge and experience to the gold market and the equities within the industry. That's almost 12 years since this powerful newsletter first began. And right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Gold Report by visiting TFNN.com. Make sure you're a subscriber as this volatile gold market makes its way back into positive territory after declining all the way from $1,900 to under $1,200 an ounce in only 2 years. Get your 30-day free trial today by visiting TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
What's the one thing that pulls people back from the breakthrough that they're moving towards? What's the only thing that really stops people from taking action? You and I both know the answer, and sure, we can come up with the reasons why we're not where we want to be, but the only reason that we don't do more with our life is fear. Or if you're an overachiever, call it stress. Simply put, there's something that happened to us in our past that's holding us back from the life we deserve, yet you and I are okay, we're here. So why should we let our past control our future? Exactly. We shouldn't. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN.com, and when it comes to your trading and investing, I can help you overcome your fear of loss. Together, we'll turn weakness into strength with a system I've developed called Mastering Probability. I'll teach you how to make your money work harder for you than you do for it. I'll teach you the tools that provide financial freedom. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com, click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and begin your journey of mastering probability risk-free. It's time to become a pioneer of your future versus a prisoner of your past.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow is down 125. S&P is off 12. And let's kind of summarize. Let's see if we can set up a potential trade out here. Got that ES Mini, the 30-minute chart up on my screen. And we're coming into the next 30-minute session, which is at 11 o'clock. Now, we can see here price had come down, and it was testing the top of this descending price channel out here. And that level held. If we actually close right here, 1676.50, not 1675.25. 1676.50. I don't want it to tick up anymore. Maybe one more tick at 1676.75 I can handle. Okay, there we are. But 1670, I'd prefer 1676.50, quite frankly, than 1676.75. What that would give us, that's a hammer right here. That's not. This is a hammer, and if it ticks up, that's not. And the reason is because the body becomes a piercing candle right here, which you could say is somewhat okay. So if we can forget the hammer, now that we watch it actually tick a bit higher. So now if it closes right about here at 1677 and a quarter, we're okay with that being a piercing candle. As long as it's halfway into this body right here, you'll have your first indication of the reversal of where the bears have actually the bulls have actually stepped in. So we know that they've defended this territory here of the descending price channel, and this will give you an actual buy signal. Now, your stop, if you were going to actually trade this, you don't have to trade this. You can trade some other instrument, but make sure that you're trading it off of this. That means if you see it close below 1671.25 out there, then the trade is wrong. It's not working. That's what your stop would be inside of the ES Mini. Let's take a look at a 30-minute chart. Now, let's try to figure out where the targets are. Well, the first place you're going to run into resistance, I can tell you, is at $1,683. So at 1683, expect to find a little bit of turbulence. If you get above 1683, start cheering, clapping, take a bow, do a high five, do something like that, because that's an area that you want to get over. Those are like, your pilot is out there, and it says we got turbulence at 16,830 feet, and if we can get above this level, it's going to be nice, clear sailing. Well, that's the way it works in the stock market as well. So it's 16,083 out there, 1683. You're flying in some turbulence, and we just want to be able to get some lift and get above that area. So you get above that area, and so now we got a bullish engulfing candle. So now we don't have it until another 4 minutes or about 3.5 minutes, whatever is left in the trading session. But this is the type of signal that you want. The markets are absolutely always positively communicating to us. And all I want you to do is learn how to read the message of the markets. Look, if you'd like to learn how to do that, just go subscribe to my newsletter service, Mastering Probability, or even better yet, you can go watch the archive of the workshop that I did last Friday out there. You can you call TFNN's office. They'll find some way to sign you up for that. And, if you want to really learn how to read the message of the markets to improve your trading, I will teach you how. In fact, I just finished. It was a one-day workshop, so it was about 6 hours. So it was 6 hours, and I had condensed decades worth of trading information, patterns, how to actually go ahead and trade, what to be able to look for. I condensed all that into a 6-hour session. And then what I did over the weekend, I did yesterday, I did on Monday, was I condensed that into a little bit over a 1-hour session. So I've created what I call kind of like the, the Cliff Notes or something like that, an even better tool so that folks can go back and they can reference out there. So if you've got an interest, folks, sign up for the newsletter service, call TFNN. They'll go ahead and find a way to get you access to that one-day workshop out there. As far as where this will head to if we get above 1683, well, that's pretty simple. Right back up to that 1689 level. It'll get right back to those other swing points that were set up last night at about 5:30 in the evening. So that's the market setup that we've got right now. Stay tuned. Basil Chapman will be up next. He'll give you some information. It is Wonderful Wednesday. That means we got Mr. Larry Pesavento. And then we've got Daryl Martin, David White, and none other than the Tom O'Brien Show. Have a terrific, wonderful Wednesday, folks. I look forward to seeing you in the morning. Take care.
Are you ready to ride the next bull market wave? Catch the Chapman Wave. Using the Chapman Wave methodology, Basil's very comprehensive daily newsletter, The Opening Call, gives the short, intermediate, and long-term analysis for the key indexes. In his Trader's Corner, he gives a brief market summary and expectation for the day with possible trades, both long and short, which are reviewed daily. A position. Subscribers sold recently for plus 42% on parts and plus 64% on rest. And Hertz Global has a core position for 6 months. A current position entered as a turnaround company is trading over 100% of its entry point as a portion sold earlier for a plus 21% gain. Subscribers to the Opening Call see the Chapman Wave techniques demonstrated and explained daily to also educate investors. Now you can get a free 2-week trial. Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.